I never did a top 5 worst Spider-Man games, and I think it would be a perfect time and opportunity because I'm wearing Spider-Man. You see him! Spider boobs, spider boobs. In all seriousness, I don't know why I never did this list. I think it just slipped my mind, but I'm doing it today and real fast just so you know I'm getting a new laptop, so this shitty ass SD fucking camera is going and an HD one will be presented, and I just want to try a new review style, but we'll get to that later. Let's get to the top 5 Spider-Man games, and there have been many, many Spider-Man games. Spider-Man 3, funny enough, it wasn't a horrible game, but it was a huge drop from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Not the new shitty movie game, but the old one on the PS2. Everything that Spider-Man 2 set up to be great, 3 tried to either copy or just forget about. It just turned out to be, The swinging wasn't as fun, the missions sucked, the story was even worse than 2. Overall, it was fun to swing around the city, but it was just a huge step down from The Amazing 2. Not Amazing Spider-Man 2, but The Amazing, you know.
This is the only way it could have ended. Who will save you now?
Number 4 is definitely Edge of Time. It's not to say it's terrible, and I definitely played worse, but it's downright meh, and it ended up being my number 4. The story, while solid, never really leads up to anything special, and the voice acting is good, but the level design is boring. The gameplay works, but nothing makes it more enjoyable beyond just fighting a bunch of bad guys really super quick. I really have to say, this is the only and the last okay game, and everything after this is just not too good. Are we ready?
They say you should always keep your friends close. But your enemies.
Number 3 is Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Right after Edge of Time, we finally get into the bad Spider-Man games. Spider-Man Friend or Foe has a huge roster and co-op, but that's about the only 2 good options in the entire game. The fighting, if you want to call it that, is 2 buttons. The levels are linear and the puzzles are made for monkeys. And the voice acting is borderline terrible. Even for kids, this game is a big old pile of nasty poop. Yeah, I said that.
A killer still roams in the guts of this city, and you let him walk away.
Number 1 and 2 gets a special award for being so bad it took 2 spots. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Some might have enjoyed the swinging, and that's about the only real thing you can actually enjoy from this glitchy mess. The story, total garbage. The missions, they suck. The voice acting is crap. I put crab. What the fuck? Now, let's talk about what could be the worst fucking camera in a Spider-Man game. And let me tell you something that is very hard to achieve for the Spider-Man universe, because even the best games have really bad cameras. This is easily one of the worst superhero games I've ever had the pleasure of playing, or the displeasure of playing, or discomfort of playing, whatever you want to call it. Go watch my review. I'm not plugging it, but I am plugging it. It's just a terrible game. Honestly, though, I couldn't really think of any other Spider-Man games that really belong in the ranks of these guys. So I couldn't think of a 5th one. I didn't play any of the handheld games that I heard are terrible, so I don't know for sure. But these 4 are pretty much shit and should stay away from the good or at least great games that I have put in the top 5 Spider-Man games. These 4 did not live up to any of those, so total poop. Do not play these games or play them to be a masochist. I really don't know. Totally up to you. Does whatever the spider can. Spider-Man. Don't judge me. I'm going on a cruise, by the way. I will see you in a couple of weeks. If I die, remember me as the Spider-Man lover.